Welcome. I pray that each of us will surrender and breathe deep, drawing upon God's life-giving presence. Welcoming all those that will be watching this video throughout this week. And most of all, welcome to all those that are present on the call in this moment. I felt led to begin with the recording and the opening of this process, that we will surrender into a time of meditation after I share these insights that I've been gaining. Because as everybody is aware, there is so much information coming out and so much information present to be reconciled, and teachers of the past, their knowledge that was given in the 1800s, the 1900s, the 2000s, that are being verified and supported. And back then they were thought to be crazy or off the wall or eccentric in some manner or another. But in the quantum science and in the different things that are happening and talking about dimensional shifts and all kinds of different stuff like this, I want to caution people that I would ask that you might put into your meditation a beginning intention for you each time to not be seeking the world and to honestly come before the presence of our Creator and relinquish the words you may have heard from others, so that you can truly seek the presence of God for every video you view, every revelation that your body is presenting to you, that you would draw directly into God's presence, because there is so much stuff coming out that seems accurate, then is slightly skewed. And then there's other knowledge that comes out and it comes completely out of left field. But if you look into it through God, you find that it really is accurate. And there are things being revealed right now that are shocking people or overwhelming people because they thought they made certain decisions that were in alignment, and now they're finding that those decisions weren't for their best interest. So my heart goes out to each and every one of the people that I've been serving over these past weeks. There's been an increase in uptick in calls and increase in uptick intensity with what's going on within people's bodies and new discoveries and situations unfolding. Yet there's also a major increase in ways to resolve these issues that I see that many people are closed off to. And I would ask that people might consider, through this meditation now, we search to seek God's presence first and allow for God to open the aperture of our spiritual sight. So we center our meditation upon God opening the spiritual sight that is within us, that we would recognize and not get caught in the chasing the rabbit down the hole, as Alice in Wonderland did, but to honestly recognize that God has made a tremendous amount of knowledge available and rising within people, but then it's being shifted into places that are not empowering. I would ask that we would seek to know that even as people speak to the rising of the dimensions, the changing of new dimensions, shifting to new dimensions, they're missing the point of the 12 strands within the DNA, that we are awakening different segments of the DNA. And it's not us that's doing them. It is coming by the grace of that which is our Creator, our God, who knew that in this time we would be approaching this time for increase. But it is about centering on Yad Elohim, embracing Christ consciousness, and raising our thought response to the higher frequencies available for us. If we find that something triggers us, allow for the time to meditate upon God's presence until the trigger calms. You're able to identify it spiritually, release it, then breathe the presence of God within. And we do that now. Avun saval mier quando lo kuribeshmaya. Avun saval bilune kulamuyun. Avun savandale blemi quataraviana. We breathe deep We embrace the holy reality that God's presence is not at some great distance, but the creator of all creation has resident within us as holy temples for his presence, for her wisdom, clarity, purity, patience, peace, unity, healing, and the holy light of God that manifests in pure and perfect love. We breathe deep. Habran lelemekwariban, tularios mahalaboyatanara. Breathing deep, allowing for the breath to be gentle on the intake through the nose, tip of the tongue touching the roof of the mouth very gently. The breath continues. At the peak of this breath, we relinquish in total trust and exhale. Again, the breath begins prior to each cell of your bodies. The breath expands to awaken the body through each cell, which stirs the lungs to breathe in. Hawun, the living breath of our Creator, precedes your desire for life, manifests as life within you, then calls upon your body to breathe deep. We breathe deep and we breathe as one with our loving Creator, our holy Redeemer. Yeshua lime limiakun dalachalam. We embrace the truth and reality of Yeshua's presence, his presence foretold, his presence completed upon this earth, his presence resurrected into new life and present with us now. We breathe and draw upon the life-giving breath that he evidenced for us in Abwun. Abwun tabashmayanaki bandro, ulam yokateviishne iliam rukotalo. That God has made resident a place within us, expanded and made new for all life to manifest from within us, to purify and sanctify each and every cell within our bodies, our DNA, remembered of its origin, and rising and ascending according to God's holy authority, to be health, vitality, strength, purity, and wisdom. We breathe as one. Exhaling once again in total trust. And in this next breath, we breathe and allow for God to open us more spiritually in sight. That the very spiritual sight we have been given comes of God and not our own desires to seek. It is compelled by God, equipped by God, and manifested by God. We breathe as one in total surrender, that our spiritual sight and awareness, discernment, clarity, and understanding expands from within. Spiritual fortitude comes upon each and every one of us to be renewed, strengthened, and imbibed with life within. We breathe deep. In this exhale, we relinquish all intentions or desires of our hearts into the living presence of God in total trust that God holds the answer for all that we hold within us. We allow for God's presence to move our spiritual sight to those we hold upon our hearts, to bring increased clarity and wisdom unto them, increased integrity, truth, purity, and discernment. We breathe deep in holy trust that our desires are cared for within God and we need not seek them. We trust and know that even now we are used as holy intercessors for the sake of those we hold upon our hearts. We surrender that God's presence would flow through us to bring hope, restoration, and renewal to all those we hold in care. We release our ties that God deals with them directly. Yahweh Elohim Yalmulanun, Tulario Kamundreshmie, Rodorie Naramangala Hore, Tuvrian Malal Undreklionum, Abun Salvandolo Colamayan, Lale Meshtum. Yaramun Loreosu. As we come to the close of this time, we recognize and know that Creator has answered the prayers of this meditation, that our spiritual sight is increased. The remembrance and knowledge of the preceding breath that is God within governs each of our cells. The very DNA within our bodies reflect divine order and are released from all spiritual or generational ties. We are made anew by the living God within. We are deepened through holy trust to trust this image. We are increased in the living breath that is Abun within us. In this we offer thanksgiving to the most blessed and holy name, Yahweh Elohim, Yeshua, Abun. Amen.